Okay, we're in the semifinals. This is SkyMix versus LostHero, 9/23/2017 tournament. Here goes. Good luck, have fun. We've got the United States Laser General versus a Vanilla China. This is going to be interesting. Knowing how Lost plays, this is going to be a bit of a rush up. We're going to see what's going on. Players are literally identical right now. I expect to see a second dozer out of each of them. There's Sky, there's Lost. I'm also expecting them both to, yep, there you go, sold Command Center. Sky's hanging on to his as America, that makes sense. If you don't need the money, no need to sell it, but the United States Command Center does so much more work than the Chinese one. Not only does the United States one give you radar for free, but it also allows you, if he wants to do, Sky wants to do spy drones and the satellite sweep, or satellite scan, or whatever the heck it's called. It allows him to do that. So this is going to be fairly interesting. Okay, fair enough. So they're both chatting or whatever. LostHero is also recording the match, so good on that. Okay, so there we go. There's the first spy drone from Sky. He's keeping an eye on the second supply drop. And there we go. Straight helix rush right there. That's indicative because of the infantry. LostHero's kicking out. So this will be interesting to see how Sky is able to counter this as the Laser General, and how to counter it in general. A little easier is GLA, I would guess. Hey, actually, I'm recording for the tournament. Can I catch you in a bit?
Yes, sir.
Nope, it's good. What was I saying? Oh, so this is going to be interesting to see how a counter is devised. The Helix is pretty quick. You don't need a propaganda center for it or anything. But this is, yep. Okay, so actually Sky's already dropped a dozer, is already starting the work. I'm trying to keep my eye on the map, and I wasn't in the right spot. LostHero is dropping down a bunker, and to which it doesn't really matter because he's going to take out the dozer. Okay, good advance on Sky. That is a tactic that is used frequently by United States players, getting that Chinook over there with the dozer, setting up a defense. Laser General also, the laser turret does pretty good damage against infantry. Not a ton, but it does a pretty good job. So that being said, building that as Laser General makes good sense. So now there's the Helix, and Sky is aware of that because of the spy drone. So we're going to see exactly where we're going next with this. And this Helix cannot make up its mind. I'm seeing good economic expansion from Sky and from Lost. Gatlings to come with that Helix. So we're seeing two different attack waves. One is the Gat, and one is the Helix. Now, Lost is coming up north to see if he can check out and identify where Sky might have another resource pile, so that makes sense. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to see standard United States tactics here, Humvees, infantry, that kind of a thing. So, Sky is repositioning some infantry. Good call on Sky's part, laser lock. Got some real damage into that Helix, slowed it down. It is now damaged enough. This Gatling tank here is also providing some excellent knowledge for Lost. Avengers already. That's good to see. And looks like Sky was able to take care of that pretty well. And the Helix. Okay. That takes care of that much. But this Gatling tank is going to be a big problem. And is going to literally chew through Sky's economy if Sky's not paying attention. Gotta be careful here. Every move makes a difference. Lost is also following up with more Gatling. Listening outpost here for surveillance. Also garrisoning a structure or two. From an economic industry perspective, Lost is also teching up with the prop center. And aside from that, I'm not seeing any real defensive structures. You'll notice that with some of these more advanced players. They don't dink around with defenses. They work with military on the ground hitting it. Be it Humvees or infantry or whatever. They're moving with their troops. They're not dinking around with building up perfect defensive structures. Now, of course, listening outposts scattered around is a really good call. Gives you a really nice amount of surveillance again. Yeah, this is going to be really touchy for Sky. Good move on Sky, evacuating the troops. Laser lock will definitely... Oh, now the structure's in the way. Oh my gosh, this microing is driving me insane. Well played out of both players, certainly. Having that ambulance is really getting them some valuable hit points out of their vehicles and troops. Okay, that was a lot of hit and go, but right now Lost has a pretty reasonable army to back that up. Sky's going to have to do a significant amount of micromanaging to make that work. Lost did not get the capture upgrade. He just went right for Black Lotus, which is an excellent call. Far more cost effective because you save that $1,000 for getting the capture. This ECM tank is going to be a real pain in Sky's butt because it can also disable vehicles. And Sky has surrendered. Oof.
You have been defeated.
That was a lot of micromanaging crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that could have easily gone in Sky's favor if Lost was not paying attention about that laser turret in the back. So, that could have easily gone either way. Good work on both. That was a good rush from Lost, absolutely. So I'm going to go back to Observer and open. I'll let them talk. Neither of them can hear me. I'm in my own room just so I can do the commentary. He used a Gatling tank. And we saw it too, yeah. The Gatling tank on the right side. And that was what kind of fished it over. So he got the Helix occupied, and then that's what went in for the punch. Good luck, have fun. So now we're going to see again the role reversal. They both switch sides. Sky is going to be in the lower left now as China Vanilla, and Lost is going to be the Laser General. So we're going to see exactly what is going on with that. I really think in that last match, Sky did an excellent job countering the Helix. 9 times out of 10, actually, I'll be honest, 10 times out of 10, that gets me. A Helix that early, I'm not prepared. And the thing is, this is a very wide map. There's a lot of territory to defend. So if you're not on the offensive pushing your opponent that hard, makes it very freaking difficult, absolutely. So, Lost is already, yep, there's a spy drone, that's what I was looking for. That's an excellent amount of surveillance this early in the game. Lost has opted to keep his command center, Sky has sold his. Now the reason why you put the spy drone over supply is because you need supply. That's not something you can just skip over. You need money. So now Lost has a bit more of an idea, and the reason why you put that there, because like for the AI, for example, they will just pile defenses right there. So right now we're moving pretty quick. Lost is, yep, economy up. Economy up, he's maxed out. Sky is about to be maxed out. There's a second truck, awesome. Barracks and War Factory, very good. Now, like I said before with GLA has an advantage because it can be very decentralized very easily. You can move troops wherever you want with the tunnel networks and that sort of a thing. A lot of these higher-end players can do it with any faction. They can set up a base anywhere. They can make anything work anytime at all. That's what makes it work. So, you're going to be seeing a lot of that. I think you've certainly seen that. Okay, so what have we got? Laser Crusader. And it's only one Laser Crusader? Only one Laser Crusader on the run. So even though this map is very large, this is how a rush is going to be manipulated. Now, Sky did a nice job with the mines. Unfortunately, they're already detected because of the spy drone. And Lost is going to have a bit of a field day with Sky's economy. Dragon Tank and Listening Outpost. I'm not seeing any defense over here. Sky is also going to have a field day with Lost's base. Those Hellfire drones I hardly ever find worth the money. $500 for a drone that just shoots whenever it wants? Nah. And there's the Chinook heading back. Lost is already starting to cap the oil. I'm hoping to see Sky cap up that oil as well. I want to see a very, very solid push with this Dragon tank. And I see nothing. I see literally nothing defending it. So he is counter-rushing Lost's rush tactics. So this is solid. Okay, listening outpost is a good counter. I'm hoping there's some good infantry in there. But yeah, Sky's going to be able to do some solid damage economically here. And Lost is selling. Might not have been soon enough. Nope. So the structure was destroyed before the sell was made. Okay, pretty serious scuffle right here. A little bit of micro is going to put either of these guys in the win. And it looks like those Humvees are just going to outrange those Gats. If you think this is a broken mechanic here, wait till Search and Destroy happens. Again, that 20% extra range bonus, yeah, it's shut down city. Alright, Sky is trying to take care of this Laser Crusader. Yep, laser tanks have a pretty solid DPS. And just run them both over, yeah. Yeah. The Gats can get a few shots in, but the problem is Gatling tanks need to speed up. Their guns work on high velocity. That's how they do their most damage, is when they fully sped up. You can hear it because the guns literally ramp up in RPMs. So the thing is, a 1-2 shot or whatever really doesn't do any good. Okay, so that was finally taken care of there. Sky really has to cap those oil derricks in order to have a good enough of economy. Otherwise, he's just going to get outranged by Lost like crazy. Okay, Sky's thinking this through, backing off his troops. That's a good plan. Conserving. That's a good thing to realize, conserving troops like that. Now, Lost is probably not moving this pilot because it's giving him free surveillance. Good. And that'll put Sky 3,350. That's a good amount of ka-ching. Okay, we got the Strat Center coming online over here. Realistically, a Helix, full up, could do some very crippling damage to Lost right now. The only problem is that Humvee army and how he's going to deal with that. That's the question Sky has to ask right now, is how to deal with the Humvee army. But good to see Sky back with the economy. Gatling tanks look like they're going to be the answer of the day. And there you go. Search and Destroy again for the range. Now, rebuilding your command center at this stage of the game makes sense because you've got a good economy, you've got money coming in, that sort of thing. So it makes perfect sense to rebuild it because it gives you your general abilities back. Generals. Your general's abilities back, not general. So again, the Chinooks take a while to load and unload and whatever. So what you can really see here is there's not really much time lost with this distance. Now, I'm sure someone will come in and tell me you should build it right next to it. I build it right next to it. It's how I've been playing this game. I've been playing this game for over a decade, and it's just how I do it. I'm a dumb creature. I'm old. There's not much I'm going to change. However, yeah. Lost leaving a few units behind to garrison structures. That's pretty darn brilliant. Sky has a pretty solid army right there. The thing is, this map is large and there's a lot to defend. That's what makes this tricky. Do they have the tow missile? They do. Yep, the tow missile upgrade really adds a lot of DPS to the Humvees. And Sky is retaliating. And Lost is retreating. A little bit. Now, there's the danger. Did you see that? The Gatling tanks can hit air targets farther, so they're attacking the drones. The problem with that is they'll get stuck on that target. So what you'll find is Gatling tanks, quad cannons, those two in particular, will not attack anything else until the drone is destroyed. But you don't want to attack the drone. You want to attack the host, the Humvee or whatever. That's what counts. Little hit and run action from Lost. And we're seeing a two-front war right here. I didn't even see this. I was so concentrated in the other one. That's a hard hit in the economy. Looks like Sky was going for Air Force. Wouldn't have been a bad plan if you could get 4 of them, Black Napalm. You could really do a lot of damage to ground vehicles. But it looks like this one is going to go to Lost, unless Sky really has something to counter all this. Yep, boxing in Humvees, great plan. That's a great way to get them shut down. They can't run. They can't use their speed to their advantage. So that was a good kill by Sky right there. And yeah, looks like this round goes to Lost.
You have been defeated.
Man, that was tough. That was tough, man. And there's a lot of stuff that Sky did well. I want to make it clear. These are two skilled fighters. I think there's some stuff that Sky did pretty darn well in there. And would have kicked my butt in 5 minutes. I'm not, yeah, whatever. But still. Anyway, that's it for this round. SkyMix versus Lost. And yeah, catch you next episode.